actually working, and it's actually been working for us. So we don't want to work against it. We don't want to work against the police, and the mayor has been stated saying something about possibly turning this into a 24-hour or 24/7 free speech zone. So, I mean...
That's not the police. Did the police say that?
No.
The mayor said that.
Okay,
so it's not the same.
I mean, if they're helping out, like, with the issues that we have, I mean, like, do you have any suggestions of, like, how we deal with, like,
I don't think we should be dealing with them at all. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
That's my suggestion.
I don't have a big idea about which way to go. I mean, I'm okay about not talking to them, and I'm okay about talking to them, having them here or something else. What I think it all should be contingent on when we come to the point that we have something that we want to communicate to them, which I don't think we have now. When we come to the point that we want to communicate something to the police, that's a good time. Also, from their point of view, if they say they really want to talk to us, then they can let us know they want to talk to us, and then we can say, okay, the police say they want to talk to you, guys want to do it. So I like it to be contingent on that.
Thank you.
And so, are you guys you on to the next topic? Or you?
No, I just wanted to speak just on my opinion and my ideas about this.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I think that what we're talking about is trying to communicate as a community as a whole, and the city council is a part of our community, the police are part of our community. I think that having these meetings, if that's decided, where there are legal representatives, however many are decided upon, I think one thing that maybe we should be mindful of as a big group is that when these groups are established or the meetings are being held, that maybe the other factions of the group that aren't the designated representatives know that they're here to observe, and that it will become too chaotic and too confrontational if everybody shouts out, and there has to be some sort of monitoring maybe or agreement about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me just say something. Number one, I don't like cops just as much as anybody else out here that doesn't like cops. That's first and foremost. But for the sake of this movement, I'll cooperate until they don't cooperate. You know? That's why, because I want this movement to, I want it to flourish. I want it to accomplish its goals, or what it's supposed to be about. You know, I'm one of the 99%. I want us to be better off. You know, we're going in the opposite direction. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, we had cops in Richmond that definitely helped us out against police orders.
Yes, I agree.
You can't jump stack.
I agree.
What's the stack? Wasn't the stack about why we would be talking to the cops?
Yes, and I'm getting ready to get to that point.
Great, thank you, Ashley.
Okay, number one is because this movement depends on it. All right? Every other movement that didn't cooperate with police didn't make it. It didn't make it, or it halfway made it. We need to cooperate. We need to play the game. We do. It's plain and simple. It depends on it. All right? And I say we cooperate until they don't cooperate. And then the more radical means come into action.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be speaking out so much tonight, but I'm going to break it down for me. The most basic, why we should be talking to the cops or the city councilors. They are part of the 99%. We have occupiers going out and staking out, occupying sheriff's deputies' homes that are being foreclosed on. I've seen pictures of state troopers erecting tents in public spaces. So even though they're there because they've been elected into governance, or they're in a law enforcement capacity, but they're just one budget cut away from being right around this group, right around with us, and talking about all the same things that bother us can bother them. Now, you know, I don't know where the end result of the consensus will be, but for me, you know, we should keep a line of communication open, because I'm telling you, sometimes if the shit goes down, they might be your best bet to scratch yourself out of a situation where you don't end up with rubber bullets in your head or a gas canister in your face. You know, not all of them, but you know, there are people all over the country that wear blue that are here with us. And they showed up in Ohio last night when they voted down what the Republican governor wanted when it comes to anti-union busting. Of course, we don't have unions in Virginia, but they were part of that vote too. So I'm just saying.
Thank you, Lindsay.
I'm Mary, and I think we need to talk with City Council and with the police. We're here for social justice. So we're just going to be this little closed group. We'll keep asking more people to come join us for social justice. Well, how are we going to accomplish social justice if we're not talking with City Council and getting them to kind of come around to our opinions and help us accomplish some things? And the police are another arm of that. And none of this would have gone smoothly if we hadn't already been talking with them. And when we do invite them to our meetings, I would strongly suggest no confrontation, that we treat them the exact same way we do everybody else in our group, with respect, verbally, physically, all that respect and nonviolence that we talk about. They deserve it also.
Thank you, Mary.
Cash Plaza?
Get that right.
Stack looked like it was kind of over. I just wanted to ask if we could turn Herb's thing into a proposal that we communicate on an as-needed basis.
Okay, so.
And one other.
Well, I'm on staff.
Oh, no, you are a staff. You're not a staff. No, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was thinking, okay, so right now I feel like we've heard a lot of everything. People got to express what they want to say. And so I wanted to try to come to consensus on each of the proposals, and we'll kind of move on from there and see what happens. So, if it was point of process.
Just a question to the notes. Is the new proposal one of the proposals?
Yeah, I'll add the fourth one, which is because these are all, they're not they're not mutually exclusive. They kind of interact with each other, and so I feel like doing this way is we'll be able to move forward. So the first one, and this is consensus, not a temperature check. If you want to voice your opinion, sparkle fingers or not, or if you want to block it, then this, and if you don't approve but aren't going to block it, stand aside. So the first one is, yeah.
Has anybody talked to our attorney about what his?
Jeff?
Right. I'm on the legal team. I was just wondering if I missed that part, because I haven't heard any conversation about what our legal counsel thinks about that kind of interaction, being proactive or letting it. So I didn't know if I missed that. Yeah, because there are legal ramifications.
There is no legal perspective given on this.
Yeah.
Would you like to give one?
Well, I'm not